Hi guys, Carla here. First of all, I want to say I'm very sorry that I've been missing in action for like the last 2 weeks or so. I haven't really been recording, and I wanted to take a second to let you guys know what's going on, so nobody's worried or wondering what the hell is happening and where I've disappeared off to. I just wanted to tell you that I've been having some health issues recently. It's not really a long story. It's actually fairly recent, but it's kind of, snowballed for some reason, and it's kept me basically bedridden for like 2 weeks. So I wanted to let you guys know what's been happening. Something like 2 Sundays ago or something like that. I remember it was a Sunday. I started getting a headache, like a massive headache, a very localized migraine, off the top of my head, which is not entirely unusual. I get a lot of headaches, and I've gotten a lot of them through my life. I get them often. Generally, it's because I'm allergic to like everything. And including a lot of food, and usually those allergies sort of represent themselves as migraines. I get them all the time. Sometimes it's also because I've just been using the computer too long and my eyes start hurting and stuff like that. It happens, right? So when I first started getting this headache, I thought it was just normal, everything was fine. But then I realized that I could not stay upright, whether it be sitting or standing up, for a long time, because the headache would get worse. So, I went up to my bed, shut everything off, just laid down for a while, and it started to get better. But as time moved on, I had to live my life, right? So I had to get up off my bed eventually, eat, stuff like that, and I realized that no, whenever I stood up or sat up even, the headache came back, and it was really strong, and I was starting to get worried because it had never quite been like this, right? So that was Sunday. Monday, I had to wash my hair, which meant the shower took longer than usual, which meant I had to stay on my feet for longer than usual. And after I left the shower, I started getting the headache, and it was so strong that it started to make me nauseous. So I started throwing up, even though I had nothing in my stomach, because I hadn't really been eating really, because to eat I had to sit up, and I couldn't. So Monday I started throwing up every time I sat up or stood up. So I stayed in bed. Tuesday, my family took me to a doctor, an internist, because they thought, because I was throwing up, that it would be something to do with my stomach or something like that, right? So I went to the doctor on Tuesday, and apparently I'd been throwing up so much that I was so dehydrated that they had to put me like on an IV. I don't know if you can see it. I still have the it doesn't go away. I don't know how to take it out, how to get it off, They had to put me on an IV. The IV helped a lot because I was really dehydrated, and then they took some blood for some tests, etc. And the doctor told my mom that given my symptoms, he would be more worried that it was something in my head, like not in my mind, I wasn't making it up, but like something wrong in my actual physical head, so he wanted me to get an MRI. At this point, I'm like totally convinced that I have like a brain tumor or something, so it on top of being sick, it wasn't a nice feeling. It wasn't. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, I went to get the MRI. I've been throwing up the entire time, basically. Like, I've spent the entire time in bed, because the second I move out of bed, I start throwing up and getting headaches. It hurt so bad that I was crying. So Wednesday, I got the MRI. Of course, it was Holy Week, so I couldn't get the results as fast as I would have liked to. I had to wait until the next week to get the MRI results. By the end of that week, though, I started staying in bed. The doctor had me eating a lot of liquids, basically soups and stuff like that, and ice cream, which was good. But I was still weak. I was still getting the headaches, but I wasn't throwing up anymore, which was great. It wasn't as intense as it had been at the beginning. So that's why I couldn't record a video last week. This week I still had to stay in bed for sort of the beginning of the week, so again I didn't record for this week, but I have started to feel a lot better. I can now sit up, as you can see. By the fact that I'm sitting right now. I can sit up, and I've been using my computer, which my mom says is basically the clearest sign that I'm recovering. I've been able to go downstairs. I still haven't really tried to eat dinner at our dinner table or anything. I mostly stay in my room. And I still have to lay down sometimes after I've been standing up or sitting up for too long, like when I have to, you know, wash my hair and stuff. I usually just come back to my room and lay down again for a little while until the pain goes away. But it's not as constant, and it's not making me nauseous anymore, which is super, super important. I haven't thrown up since Wednesday. So that's fantastic, honestly. The results of my MRI came in yesterday. The doctor's still not sure what's going on. Good news, I don't have a brain tumor. So that would have been kind of obvious, but it wasn't. I don't have a brain tumor. In fact, my doctor says that he doesn't really see anything necessarily wrong with me at this point, but obviously something is happening. He thinks it might be that there's some sort of neurological issue that's sort of just starting, and that's why I keep getting these headaches. But he's not sure, because he's just an internist. He's not really a specialist in that kind of stuff. So now he said he referred us to a neurologist, which we've already made an appointment, but neurologists are kind of in high demand these days, so my appointment is not until May, so that's gonna take a while. But in the meantime, I still don't know what the heck is wrong with me. But he says if it is what he's thinking it might be, given my symptoms, that it should be, if not treatable, at least manageable. So he's not like worried or anything. I don't want anybody to, like, you know, get worried about me or anything. I'm doing so much better. Like, just by the fact that I'm recording this, you should know that, because before I was just like dead. Like, I could not move from the bed. It was awful. But now I can, and I think from now on, like, I'm so sick of just staying in bed like I'm in my pajamas. I've been in my pajamas for 2 weeks, as you can probably see, because I literally cannot move from my bed. So I think now that I know I'm not going to eminently like die, I think I'm gonna try and start to like do stuff more. There are so many movies I want to watch this month and next month, and you know, the summer season's just getting started, and there's stuff that I cannot miss. And I missed writing. I wasn't writing because I wasn't using my computer, and it's just it's kind of hell for me to be in bed forever. So like I'm gonna try and be a little bit more out there. Maybe go to the movies once in a while. I'm still not like 100%, and if I stand up for too long, I still get a headache. If I bend down, especially right now, if I bend down to pick anything up, I start getting nauseous again. But thankfully I haven't been throwing up. I've been eating well. I progressed to solids, which is great. Solids are so underrated. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be fine, and eventually I will figure out what the heck is wrong with me. Hopefully it won't be anything big, and it will be at least manageable with pills. Like, seriously, as long as the pills can get rid of these headaches, even if I hate pills because I hate taking pills, even if it happens, if they get rid of these headaches, I'm gonna be fine, right? So I don't want anybody to worry about me, but I just wanted to let you know that this week I won't have another video. Maybe next week, if I'm still feeling good, I will try my best to record on Monday or Tuesday and have a video for you guys on Friday. It will probably be, well, either Stranger Things, because, you know, it's April and my contract demands that I talk about Stranger Things again because it's a new month, or I will go on a rant about, you know, the whole X-Men movies side of the universe and how it's going to hell in a handbasket, apparently. But it's gonna be either one of those two topics, but I just want you to know that I definitely intend on coming back. It's not that I've disappeared off the face of the earth. I've just been sick, so I hope you guys can understand, and, you know, keep your fingers crossed for me that I'm not, you know, that it's not something more complicated. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine. It's just a question of finding the correct diagnosis, I guess. But so far, I'm starting to feel better, so that's good at least. I just wanted to let you guys know so you guys don't worry and wonder where I've disappeared off to. I will definitely, you know, if this, you know, healthy streak continues, I will definitely have something for you next Friday, so stay tuned for that. And, you know, in the meantime, there's still my old videos up in there, so in case you haven't seen them, be sure to check them out. I wanted to thank everybody for, you know, just following and sharing and subscribing. I'm glad that you want to see my stuff and hear my commentary. I'm very appreciative of that, so please continue doing that, and I will be back next week for sure. So, bye guys.